I'm Alan Robarge, a relationship coach. Welcome to Improve Your Relationships, where I like to talk about attachment injuries and healing attachment trauma. And this video is about secure attachment, what it means to behave and operate with a secure attachment style, and very specifically the characteristic of individuation, of being an individual, an individuated self, and maintaining your sense of self. And that we can be in a relationship and experiment and be open to emotional closeness and emotional intimacy and getting close to our partner, and we still maintain our sense of self. We still know who we are still an individual. And the same thing holds true that when we are in situations in the relationship, there's an ebb and flow, and when we're moving into separation and some distancing, we also, in that situation, can maintain our sense of self. That it means, I know who I am, I know who my partner is. Or for you, it means you know who you are and you know who your partner is as a person. And that there's not a merging, there's not a confused enmeshment. And that being in close emotional proximity, experimenting with close emotional attunement, means that you're still able to retain your sense of self. Another way to think about this is that how you derive meaning and the value that you place on relationship. And we all know from a securely attached perspective, we can say, well, relationships are important and that we value them and that they provide some nourishment and they enhance our life. And we also want to enhance our partner, and we know that our partner will benefit. And at the same time, when we think of a relationship ending, or a relationship is a bit struggling, or there's some demands being placed on the relationship where it's unable to provide a certain level of comfort or nourishment right now at this time in our life, we don't fall apart, we don't get all bent out of shape, that we're still able to our own sense of meaning does not become challenged or is not in question, that we're able to still retain our individuality. Now, from an insecure point of view, this would be like codependency, where we become so overly fused with the other person, and we become so overly fused into the relationship that we lose our sense of self, and that we're unable to, we have this value system, or we prioritize relationship as having a greater value than being our own person and taking care of ourselves. And that might also mean at times needing to be single or needing to be alone. And that we create this hierarchy that to be emotionally fused and enmeshed and connected and to maximize making sure that we're with our partner, that oftentimes is what's referred to as codependency, and that's oftentimes what falls under a more insecure attachment style. A securely attached person is able to maintain their own individuation regardless if they have, emotional closeness with their partner, and regardless if they have emotional separation with their partner. There seems to be some amount of an even-keeled nature, and that they're not wildly thrown off. That if the relationship ends, it's still painful, it's still hurtful. They're not wildly thrown off if there's some shifts and changes in the emotional availability, in the emotional openness of their partner. And they're able to talk about it, and they're able to hold true to themselves, to have a sense of self. The opposite of this for an insecure attached person is to lose their sense of self, to even go as far as betraying themselves, abandoning themselves, not even knowing who he or she is, not even knowing who you are. And so one skill to really think about creating securely attached relationships is for you to practice having a secure attachment style, and that might mean shoring up the skill of strengthening being an individual and individuating, and that you're not enmeshed or engulfed into your identity as a partner. You can maintain and retain your own identity as an individual. This will help with secure relating, securely attached relating. I hope that this was helpful. If you like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And to learn more about me and also the community membership website that I'm creating, please go to my website, which is alanrobarge.com. Thank you for watching.